Razer made an attempt to make their flagship mouse, the Razer Viper Ultimate, even better. Let's see how they did. Included in the box, we have a mouse, charging cable, dongle, grips, and of course, stickers. Can't do anything without the Razer stickers. Specs and changes from the original, the length, width, and height are all exactly the same. The Razer Viper V2 Pro only weighs 59 grams as opposed to the 75 grams in the original. As for the sensor, we now have the Razer Focus Pro 30K. The original had the Focus Plus. The Razer Focus Pro 30K is capable of going up to 30,000 DPI as opposed to the 20,000 original. Both mice had a polling rate of 1,000 Hertz. And finally, this mouse comes with Razer Optical Switches. Here is a sound test for all of you weirdos that enjoy that. A few things to note about the V2 are that if you already have a Razer Viper Ultimate, you cannot use the charging dock that came with select Viper Ultimates, but the cable is passable while wired, and even better, it is USB Type-C. For pre and post travel, my copy actually does have a little bit of pre-travel, but very little post-travel. This version also no longer has the rubber built into the side of the mouse. So if you're the kind of person that really needs that, they do include the grip stickers, which is awesome. Can never go wrong with a little bit of grip tape. But I do have to admit that the matte finish on this mouse feels great. Something like the G Pro Superlight typically felt really slippery in my hands and I had to use the side grips. I never even thought about doing that with the matte finish on this mouse. My initial thought after removing this mouse from the box is that these optical switches feel very, very strange if you aren't used to them. Basically, it feels a lot like pressing down on a blue clicky switch on a mechanical keyboard than it does on pressing down on a mouse button. So if you're somebody like me that's used to Logitech's clicks, these aren't probably going to hit the spot for you. With that being said though, these clicks are very satisfying once you get the hang of it. You do have to be a little bit more deliberate with every button press, but eventually the clicks do kind of wear down and they feel a little less stiff. Now this mouse was shipped to all of the actual reviewers with a tennis ball, which might seem kind of strange, but it actually kind of makes sense. This mouse weighs the exact same as a tennis ball. I happen to have a tennis ball around for my dog. So before I bought this mouse, I decided to do a little bit of experimentation. And I actually took a tennis ball and made a few mouse movements with the ball versus my Superlight, versus the Orochi, versus the G303, and the Starlight 12, just to see how they all compared. Even though this mouse weighs the same as a tennis ball, because of the way that you hold a mouse versus the way that you hold a tennis ball, it doesn't feel anything like they're the same weight, even though, again, the weight is almost identical. So the big takeaway from this is that Razer took the Viper Ultimate, they made it lighter, they changed the sensor, they removed some buttons, and even more so, they removed the RGB, and praise the Lord for that. Overall, I think that the Viper V2 is a great pickup if you're in the market for a premium mouse. This mouse, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it is very, very good. I'm not particularly a huge fan of the Razer Synapse software, but I haven't had any problems with this mouse in particular. So with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. If you guys would like me to check out any other mice in the future, feel free to comment down below. If you found this review helpful, please do not forget to hit the like button and also subscribe if you guys would like to see more content like that. Have a wonderful day, not because I told you to, but because you should.